If ever overlooked, you must watch this today. Little Joe fights back against mockers, steadily pursues her goal, and finally sees the rainbow after the storms. Black Beauty has a saddle on. Today's mission is to tame the horse, but none of them saw this coming. When Uncle demonstrated how to ride, Black Beauty freaked out like a wild stallion and bolted around the arena, dragging Uncle along for the ride. Her uncle got snagged by his right foot. Thankfully, the soft sand acted like a trampoline and saved him from serious injury. That day, while Little Joe was studying her equestrian manual under the trees, she stumbled upon a family photo. Little Joe realized that despite never meeting Uncle, he had always been watching over them, filling her heart with warmth. This warm realization filled her eyes with tears, and her longing swelled up like a tidal wave. Seeing Little Joe's sorrow, Black Beauty bravely leaned down and invited her to hop on his back. Maybe he realized this was his only comfort for Little Joe, and the gentle breeze would whisk away her pain. Then they escaped near disaster, like children of fate bursting through dense woods, soaring in the sunshine through grassy fields. But since it was Little Joe's first ride, he quickly took a tumble, trying to crawl back with bloodstains as Uncle rushed over in a panic. But just as one storm passed, another loomed. As Little Joe started to ride Black Beauty, venturing farther on the golden sands, Joe and her horse reveled, the sea breeze brushing gently, as if clearing out the clouds in their hearts. Distant sun served as a beacon of hope for their future, but who could have imagined that their wounds would once again be torn open by a merciless disaster? As the winter shadow rocked in, "Grab that ruler. Are you ready?" "Of course, I will," the stable hand promised with enthusiasm, but he was just wandering around. He plopped down the heater, only to sink back into his fun when a gust of wind blew the hay right into the heater, igniting a spark. Before anyone knew it, the whole stable was engulfed, and the horses cried out desperately for help. Little Joe faintly heard Black Beauty's cries and raced bravely towards the stable, charging through the flames to finally reach her horse. Covering Black Beauty's eyes with her clothing, she led him swiftly away from the flames just as Uncle and the staff rushed in. "Get out, get out," Uncle shouted, but Little Joe dove back into the fire again. Uncle followed her in, saving one horse after another, but the fire just kept spreading, and Little Joe was still inside. This made Uncle panic, and Black Beauty started to get anxious as well. Finally, Little Joe merged with the last horse, but the stable was consumed by flames, taking with it the sweet life Little Joe and Black Beauty shared. The horses were homeless, and the stable owner decided to sell them. "Please don't sell Black Beauty." "I'm sorry, Joe, all the horses must go. If I can buy Black Beauty, it'll work for you. I'll help haul anything you need." After Joe's pleas and Uncle's persuasion, the owner agreed not to sell Black Beauty temporarily, but to rent the horse out. Little Joe breathed a sigh of relief, not knowing this rental would haunt him forever. Soon after, a wealthy girl rented Black Beauty, and a rich young man bought a horse named Ginger. Through Uncle's efforts, Little Joe became a stable hand and headed to the luxurious estate with Black Beauty. The stable there was like a fairy tale kingdom, but Black Beauty was treated cruelly by the wealthy girl. Desperate to satisfy her aesthetic, she had Black Beauty's mane cut, and even outfitted the saddle with spurs. Little Joe watched in pain, feeling powerless as the employer forbade her from coming near Black Beauty. Help from rich Kid George allowed Little Joe to care for Black Beauty, but an unexpected horse racing event brought this. During the competition, George and Ginger joined forces and easily secured the championship for the men's group. Immediately after, the women's race got underway, and the rich girl relentlessly whipped Black Beauty to secure first place. Even when Black Beauty's horseshoe fell off, she showed no mercy, leading to a disastrous accident. The wealthy young lady came out unharmed, while Black Beauty suffered severe injuries. Despite the doctor's efforts to dress her wounds, the scars on her leg would remain with her forever. The employer decided to stop using Black Beauty, and as they prepared to return to the stable, Uncle brought bad news. Due to poor management, the stable owner decided to close up shop, and all the horses were sold, including Black Beauty. Seeing Little Joe shedding tears like rain, Black Beauty also had a premonition of loss, never expecting the separation to arrive so swiftly. With Ginger's arrival, Little Joe realized she was too late to say goodbye to Black Beauty. As the truck drove away, Black Beauty could only look back one last time at Little Joe. Little Joe decided to work in the big city to save money to buy back Black Beauty. Meanwhile, Black Beauty had met her new owner, Terry, a brave wilderness rescuer. Her job involved life and death rescues alongside Black Beauty, making her even braver. One heart-pounding water rescue presented them with unprecedented challenges. A tourist accidentally fell into the raging river, getting her legs stuck between rocks. Terry secured Black Beauty upstream before tying herself to the cliff edge, risking her life to save the girl.